I just saw a man unloading the groceries from the cart into the car when it's 12 degrees and super windy and snowy out, and his wife, I assume, sitting in the car eating a bag of chips in the nice warm car. And I just want to know where I can find a love like that. Thank you.
Somebody said you can get a bag of chips almost anywhere.
You're so funny. Oh my God. Thank you. No, it's on me. It's on me. Dinner is on me. I love taking men out for my birthday. I'm so grateful I gave you my rose on Hinge. I love spending birthdays with men and not with like other women, because sometimes like women, they can be just like really competitive with you, you know? And you know, we're gonna sleep together tonight. Why? Because we can, and I love to swallow. Yeah, you can add an automatic 25%. Do you want to take you out again? I actually bought 2 tickets to see the Steelers. You like football, right? That was on your Hinge. You like football?
Yeah.
Me too. Roll Tide. I also eat ass, and I'm on birth control, so you can just do whatever you want. Okay?
I don't know if you have to do this to get a man. You just be normal. Most men are okay with that.
Oh, y'all are strict. I just had a homegirl end it with a dude because he asked her where she wanted to go for the first date. Her excuse was, well, he asked me. That means he's not going to be a good leader. Lord bless us all. That's why we still single. I am delighted that a man would ask me where I want to go on the first date. That means he cares about what I want, what I like, could potentially do well in catering to me in the future. An opportunity for him to pay attention to detail. Y'all got to think, some of the things that we want out of a man are not going to translate well in the future. So say he does, in the first date, don't ask you nothing, say, I'm going to pick you up at 8. And then 2 months later, when you're in a relationship, you confused as to why he's controlling. There's you too strong-minded when you say, how come we never go where I want to go? Think about it. Think about it. Or he chooses, and now you on the way to Captain D's. If I still believed in women shooting their shot, I call him right up. Ring! Because y'all really dropping the ball.
Somebody in the comments said it's just plan the date till you pull up to Chuck E. Cheese and they mad.
So we all know in 2024, the dating scene kind of sucks.
Couldn't agree more. And I'm sure you're going to enlighten us as to why.
And a lot of that has to do with the fact that men no longer court women.
Again, I 100% agree. And there's a reason for that. And I'm willing to bet you're going to share with us what you think those reasons are. I'm also willing to bet that whatever you think the reasons are aren't even remotely close to the actual reasons why.
Men no longer pursue women the way they used to. Think about The Notebook. Think about the way that Noah pursued Allie from the second he saw her. That literally doesn't happen anymore. Maybe like 5% of the time.
Now, I have to admit, it's been a while since I made my way through that god-awful movie. But her referencing it proves once again that women live and breathe in fantasies. And because she loved what she saw in that movie, she's now decided that that's the way it's always been, at least up until now. Every man has pursued women in exactly the same way as what happened in that movie. Well, I hate to break it to you, darling, but that's not even remotely close to reality. And I'm willing to bet that she's judged every man she's ever met based on that movie. And the minute he didn't meet those expectations, well, he wasn't good enough, or he got immediately thrown in the friend zone.
So these are my theories as to why the dating scene is like that. First of all, I think that the music we've listened to growing up has really affected this. I think that rap music has had such a negative impact on men and on the dating scene, because if you listen to rap music and you listen to the way that these guys refer to women, they basically just talk about them like they're objects for sex, and they're really not useful for anything else. Like there's literally zero respect for women in these songs.
Now, I actually think she's got a little bit of a point here, but I gotta ask a question first. What the hell is with these women constantly doing videos while they're putting on their makeup? How did this become a thing? Is it supposed to be entertaining? Because the last thing I want to see is some chick putting her makeup on, especially when it's enough to float a battleship. But I digress. Now, as to her point about music, and rap music in particular, influencing the mindset of today's men, I don't necessarily disagree with her, but I also think it's highly influenced the mindset of today's women. Now, I'm no fan of rap music, and I don't listen to it. It's not my thing any more than country music is. But to blame everything on rap music, not so much. But it is a fair point to say that there has been some influence. And the little bit I do know about rap music is it can be very degrading towards women. But the other observation I've often made is that the biggest connoisseurs of that music, the ones who follow it the most, happen to be white suburban teenage girls. Just saying.
The second thing is pornography, and unfortunately a lot of boys get exposed to this at such a young age, and it drastically affects the way their brains view women. It basically teaches them to unwillingly
Somebody in the comments said she's mad because she has to buy her own drinks now. Somebody else was like, women no longer need a man and pick the bear. We pick peace as the better choice for us. And somebody replied to that comment and said, in the PS5, it doesn't yell at me. That's exactly right. Men are tired of modern women, their foolishness, their nagging. Why don't men approach? Because you're not a good person. You've never been a good person. And you're telling men that you don't want to be a good person. And they don't want to be around that.
A woman can say, I need some D, and the girls will be like, yes, girl. But if she says, I need a man, they will tear her down. Girl, why you need a man? So I can say I need some D, but I can't say I need a man. You see how backwards that is? Like how messed up our society is. Like at one point in time, it was okay to say, I want a man. I don't want to be single no more. Like it was okay to do that. It was okay to say, I like men. I want to date. I want to get cute for a man. That was okay. That was the norm. Now, if you say those words about how you need, want, like, want to be around, want to get dressed for, want to be in the company of a man, they are going to tear you up real bad. But if you want his D or you need his money, they will clap it up. Round of applause all the way for the D and the money.
Somebody in the comments said, this is so true. This is why they got babies and no rings. Dang. Somebody said you can get a bag of chips almost anywhere.
So I lost my best friend today. To be very clear, I was cut off by one of my closest friends. This is the message that he sent me. Pause to read and please read thoroughly. Okay? So I'm going to give some context here. We're talking about my male best friend, the one that y'all saw in my moving video that moved me across the country. The one who took me to my ortho appointment till my arm got broken by my ex. The one who rented me a car when my ex totaled mine. The one who I could go on and on. I could go on and on and on. But this person held a very, very, very important place in my life.
In your pocketbook.
And it is super hurtful the way he went about it.
I guess I'm just waiting to see what kind of experience they had together. Like, we went to the movies. We went bowling. We did this at Friends. Most of the time in friendship, when two dudes are talking about, man, we used to hoop on the playground. Man, we would ride dirt bikes on Saturday. So far, it sounded like he did for me.
Texting me a message and then blocking me on all platforms so that I can't respond, but starting the message with, hey, friend.
That's what you call them, right? Friend.
So when I moved here, 3 weeks ago, the week before Thanksgiving, almost 4 weeks ago. He started talking to a new girl. They were talking literally on the way to Dallas. He was talking to her. I even jumped on FaceTime, said hey to her, introduced myself, and basically was like, hey girl, you have nothing to worry about. Like we are strictly platonic. This is one of my closest friends, like a brother to me. Like my kids love him. He's been there for me through so many things.
So many financial things. I bet your kids do love him. He the bank.
She's like, oh, okay, whatever. Again, they had only just started talking 4 weeks ago. Apparently she's uncomfortable with me. Mind you, me and him haven't even spoken in like a week. I could show you those messages. We don't speak every day. But when I was going through the struggle, he was there all the time.
Struggle, huh?
But ever since life has calmed down, my shit together, he dabbles in and out. We check on each other, whatever.
Because there's no need. Why would you check on him?
So in the message it says, Camila, I guess that's the girl's name, doesn't want us to be friends at all. He wishes me and the boys well. He loves us, whatever. She's not comfortable with how me and his friendship started. So let's dig into that. How did me and him become friends? I was working in a club in Atlanta.
Club in Atlanta, huh? Do tell.
It was a restaurant lounge, not even really a club. He came in. I was having a terrible shift. Me and him ended up talking all night.
That man had simp written all over his face. It was written all over his face.
I sat with him. He bought drinks. I helped a few people here and there. He tipped me like $150 at the end of the night, and we were fast friends. From there, we started going hiking. We were doing a bunch of stuff, and he integrated himself into my life. He did like me. I didn't like him.
No, Sherlock.
We figured that out very quickly.
We?
The feelings were not mutual. We weren't on the same page. We wanted different things, but we really loved who each other was, like at the core. And I wanted him to be one of my friends. He was a great person, just not a partner that I wanted.
Well, this is crazy.
Vice versa. He felt like I was a great person, a great mother, a great friend. So we literally continued just being friends. We have quite literally slept in the same room in different areas and been completely fine.
Ma'am, if he would have pressed upon you, there's a word for that. And it rhymes with grape.
I can have platonic relationships. Besides that, cutting off your friends for somebody you met 3 weeks ago, to me is a red flag. That's something that my ex would have told me to do. That is a red flag. That is controlling. That is weird.
So your ex would have told you that, huh? So this is a pattern of yours to have financial friends.
Meanwhile, I've sat here and been your friend through multiple talking stages, multiple little relationships. When those girls disappear after a few weeks or whatever, I've been here. And you've come and you've got to cry. You got to vent your frustration. I've been here. I've been supportive of these women, made them feel comfortable. I'm not that girl. I've never been that girl. I've never integrated myself into my male friends' relationships. And when they get into serious relationships, I back up even more.
Now you can make it more clear how platonic this thing is, meaning you have even more of an advantage because now he won't be pressing upon you for any type of reciprocation. You know, those teasing moments you would do to make him feel like he can potentially get some one day if he just give you this last $150. Now that's off the table.
We don't have to be as close as we used to be, but I shouldn't be blocked off of every platform and sent a text message cutting me off is crazy. And I'm blocked. That's his Instagram.
What? Let's zoom in on Rex. I knew it was a white guy. I knew it. Y'all knew it too. It was a white guy.
Honestly, though, when you enter different seasons in life, everybody's not meant to come with you. This has been the season of me losing the most friends at one time. I have basically had to cut off my father.
Cut off your daddy. Do y'all know how much it takes or how much has to go into a father and daughter relationship coming to a head and for the relationship to dissolve? Do y'all know how much crap is taking place in this relationship? It's like almost like Kamala and her daddy. What a parallel. Kamala was a maybe this lady is a. Let's keep going.
Then there's Rex, and then there was Tia. It's just like all these people that held space in my life in different ways have dissipated. And God works in mysterious ways. God works the way he's going to work. And I ask God to remove everything that was not for me out of my life. And he has done so in a huge capacity and continues to do so.
Well, good. Well, that's the reason Rex is gone. You asked for this. Oh, so we shouldn't even need this video because this is actually a celebration that God removed Rex out of your life. Hallelujah.
I hate the way that my friend went about this. I have no ill will towards him. I wish him the very best. I know that he deeply wants love and to be loved. And so when people want love that bad, sometimes they do questionable things. This is definitely questionable.
I don't know about y'all. I have no questions. I don't have zero doubt on why Rex left you. I mean, this is simple, clear cut. His girl didn't want her man giving his money to a random woman or to a woman outside of her. It's pretty clear cut. No questions here.
But all in all, I'm not angry. I'm genuinely just hurt. I did cry. And that's the funny thing. I don't cry over men. Like, if I stop talking to a man, I don't cry over it. This was truly my friend. Like, it's so hard, like, when you're losing a friend. Like, that was my actual friend. Like, he was really, really there for me.
She keeps saying the F word friend. I think she just means my financial partner. I bet you was crying. Boy, you gotta figure out how you gonna pay them bills by yourself. That hurt. A large sum of money is gone. That's pain right there, boy.
Never anything more than platonic, like, was really, really there for me. Like, really there. More than, like, my own brother had ever been there in my life, you know?
So not only your daddy not there for you, that's why you cut him off, your brother. Now think about this, ladies and gentlemen. I got 3 sisters. What does it take for a brother to cut a sister off or to not help them financially? There gotta be a lot going on with this year.
So, Auntie hurt, Auntie not mad. And the world keeps spinning.
Yeah, we know the world keeps spinning. Like, seriously, I'm not just trying to be mean, but black women never lose. Seriously, if you hear them tell the story, they never lose. They always end up on top. God got their back, no matter what predicament they in. This girl been using this man for however long. Use this man to move from state to state. Medical bills, all kind of crap. Y'all know how expensive medical bills can get. From day one, she met this guy. He been giving her money. $150 tip for somebody you just met. Ain't no telling how much money he spent with this girl. We in the thousands for sure. But yet, she talked about how much she wants this man to experience love. Knowing she can't provide any of it, she gets mad that he gives her an actual serious relationship. I guarantee you, I'm willing to put my life on this, that every time he got in any type of talking mode with a woman, just like she said before, that she would then show some type of sexuality towards him. She would then show some type of interest in him, only for him to break up with that woman and then go back into platonic mode with her.
Like he said, it's pretty clear cut. You was out there wasting time. He met you in a club. The man was interested in you, but of course, with modern women, they'd be looking for something better. And when that man finally snaps into his senses and says, you know what, this one was out here popping it on a pole is what it sounded like. Why would I wife that? Why would I marry that? He goes and finds somebody else. And then once he tells that somebody else the nature of your friendship, and not just that, get this, how he met you and why you're friends. Well, I sent her money. I do this for her. She was in this situation. She has this many kids. I liked her, but I don't anymore. That sort of thing would be enough to make any logical, insane person with any type of common sense feel like, no, you need to break it off with this person. You've been riding this man's coattail for way too long, taking his money and then going back out in the streets and getting more. So yes, like he was saying, you would cry about it because it's guaranteed money going out of your pocket. You guys weren't friends. See, these modern women, these strong, independent women use this F word, this friend word, as a synonymous term for sucker. And the man just decided one day, and good for him, I don't want to be that anymore. And now you're upset because you just lost a man off of your roster. He's gone on to do better things with his life. Bless them. And you're sitting here trying to figure out how you're going to extract money from somebody else that you should not be getting money from. But such is life. Maybe God did will this because you are doing the wrong thing and you should not be doing that. So maybe you should think about it that way instead of God is blessing me. He is blessing you to get out of that life and stop doing stupid stuff.
Do you think men get told they'll find a partner when they're least expecting it, or to stop looking, or they're trying so hard, or they look desperate? I feel like people don't say that to them. I feel like specifically people say that to women to get them to feel bad about the fact that they want a relationship. When I talk to my single male friends about being single, like it's very like, oh yeah, like I date a lot, like I'm looking for the right person. None of them have any sort of shame. Like when I talk to my female friends, like, like I know I shouldn't be trying that hard, but like I really do want to be in a relationship. Like men do not talk like that. I'm sure a lot of it plays into the fact of traditional gender roles within dating. Like women are supposed to be pursued, so the world makes us feel bad about like wanting to find a partner because you should just like be waiting around for a man to come to you because you have to wait until you least expect it. News fucking flash, men don't do that shit no more. If women actively just like gave the fuck up on dating and like just waited for the right person and like didn't like really put themselves out there, they were just like waiting for when they least expect it, they would never date anyone. The world has changed. Stop giving your friends that shit ass advice. It's not even advice. Just shut the fuck up.
This just continues to show us how absorbed modern women are in their own world. This don't happen to men. The whole comment saying this literally happens to men. Yes, this absolutely gets told to men. When are you going to settle down? When are you going to find a nice girl? Oh man, you need to find somebody. You need to give us grandkids. Like, I mean, people going to say that to both of us. So I don't know what you're talking about. Once you get out of yourself and figure out, oh, well, it's not just people talking to me. So everything I shouldn't take personally. You'll be all right.